Good morning, students. This is Harshal teacher, and today we are going to learn the new lesson, lesson number 3.3, that is Stephen Hawkins. So, basically, who is Stephen Hawkins? I think everybody knows that he is a great scientist. So, in this chapter, it is highlight a brief history of Stephen Hawkins, who was a British scientist, professor, and author who performed a groundbreaking work in physics and cosmology. So, basically, what is cosmology? Cosmology means the science of the origin and development of the universe. Then, in that field, so after being diagnosed with the disease named amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, his body collapsed totally, but he proved to the world that where there is a will, there is a way, and co-wrote 15 books. He was the first to set out the theory of cosmology with the determination and obstinacy. So basically, what is this disease? Amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. It is a rare disease and rare progressive dicterial fatal diseases affecting the motor nerves in the brain, stem, and spinal cord. So it also leads the atrophy and eventually complete the paralysis of the voluntary muscles. So that this is a very dangerous that human being cannot even move his hand, also cannot even move his fingers. So in this type of disease, Stephen Hawking struggles a lot and become a successful scientist, and he have proved that the physical condition are not the barriers of the success. Okay, so in this way we are going to learn in this chapter that how the Stephen Hawkins live his life successfully. Though he is a handicap with the diseases, he is paralyzed. He is not even his finger also moving after the diseases with the help of cheek, and even the eyes movement he have created. He have done the so much of scientific what we can say the inventions. So now we'll see this lesson. Stephen Hawkins. He is born in 8 January 1942. Now also he is not alive, but I think only before 2-3 years he have died. So he is an English theoretical physicist, cosmologist, author, and director of research at the Center of Theoretical Cosmology within the Cambridge University. Hawking was the first to set out a theory of cosmology and explain by a union of the general theory of relativity and quantum machines. Then Hawking is an honorary fellow of Royal Society of Arts, a lifetime member of a Artificial Academy of Science, and a recipient of the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest civilian award in the US. So, this lesson gives us an insight about the great scientist and his life and his work. So, in spite of the diagnosis of the diseases, he never stopped his investigation, he never stopped his invention. Then, now only I told that Stephen Hawking, born in January 8, 1942, is a British scientist, professor, and author who has done a groundbreaking work in the physics and cosmology, and whose books have helped to make science accessible to everyone. At the age of 21, while studying as cosmology at the University of Cambridge, he was diagnosed with the disease that is amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. Then part of his life story was depicted in the 2014 film The Theory of Everything. And I insist all of you please watch this movie. This movie is very inspirational, motivational, and give us a sight of living the life, because we are having everything with us. We are all the organs are working properly, but then also we are become lazy and not doing work in a proper manner. So it is for everybody that I'll insist that please watch this movie so that you will be inspired of the story of Stephen Hawking. Okay, now see the further lesson that over the years, Stephen Hawking has written or co written a total of 15 books. A few of the most noteworthy include. So, in 1988, Hawking catapulted. Catapulted means launched to international prominence with the publication of A Brief History of Time, the short informative book that an account of cosmology for the masses and offered a overview of space and time, the existence of God and the future. So this book is a very nice book for the brief history of time. It is related to time, how the time travel in a space and everything. And the work was an instant success, spending more than 4 years atop the London Sunday Times bestseller list, because this book was so much popular book of the science, and the since its publication it has sold the millions of copies worldwide and been translated into more than 40 language. So this book is not only written by the Stephen Hawking, but it is also translated more than 40 language, and it is most selling book of that publication. And it means this book was very popular. A Brief History of Time also wasn't an essay to understand as some had hoped. So in 2001, Hawking followed up his book with The Universe in a Nutshell. Then afterwards, again he have written one more book, that is The Universe in a Nutshell, which offered a more illustrated guide to cosmology's big theories. So it is a very useful book for those who want to study for the cosmology, how the universe is created. For them, it is a very great opportunity to learn few things from this book, that is The Universe in a Nutshell. Then in 2005, Hawking authored even more accessible a briefer history of time, which further simplified the original work's core concept and touch upon the newest developments in the field like string theory. Core means the central idea of that book, and main what is the central of the this, and after that further he is talking about the string theory. So this is the picture of Stephen Hawking. He cannot move his finger also. He cannot sit properly. He need one chair for sitting and moving from one place to another. But then also he have done a marvelous work, remarkable work in a science. So see this picture and get inspired from these things. Then together these three books, along with the Hawking's own research and paper, then articulate the physicist's personal search for science, that is Holy Grail. Holy Grail, it is here a thing which is eagerly pursued or sought after. A single unifying theory that can combine the cosmology, the study of the big thing, with the quantum machine in the study of the small, to explain how the universe have begun. So everybody knows the first is created the amoeba on the earth, and after that the all human beings and all. But the how the universe is created, that is the main thing after that. So it's this kind of ambitious thinking that has allowed Hawking, who claims he can think in 11 dimensions. So dimensions mean the aspect, the 11 aspect he can think how the universe is created, to lay out some big possibilities for humankind. So it is a big possibilities for the humankind, the how the universe is created, so that we can learn so many things about the universe. He's convinced that time travel is possible, and that humans may indeed colonize other planet in the future. So that now also we have traveled to other planets, we are going to other planet, we are keep on, even the NASA also searching about that, the is the life in other planet, water is available in other planet, how is the climatic condition of other planet, or the rather than the human beings or other animals also available or living in the other planets or not. So is there life in the other planet? so that human can go and settle over there. That is also possible in future. That only he is convinced. It is just because of the time travel. So we know that we have sent it, we have sent so many satellite in the space to search out the various planet and take the information about the Mars and the even the moon and other planets also. So whether there is a human beings, or whether there is any animal is living or there or not. So like this research is every day to day going on in the science or astrology. Then next is the in September 2010, Hawking spoke against the idea that God could have created the universe in his book. So yeah, so that he have written that God could have created the universe in his book. He have written that the grand design. The Hawking previously argued that belief of a creator could not be compatible with modern scientific theories. So first he have challenges that the creator cannot be compatible with the modern scientific theory. His new work, however, concluded that the Big Bang was the inevitable, the consequence of the law of physics and nothing more. So it is a consequence between the law of physics and other science, other nothing more, that because there is a law such as a gravity. Everybody know that the gravitational power, such as a gravity, the universe can and will create itself from nothing. So the gravitational force is created itself and nothing, so that the universe has created, that Hawkins have said in his book. Then spontaneous creation is the reason there is a something rather than nothing. So we can say that and I told that about the string theory. String theory is a cosmology theory based on the existence of a cosmic strings, and rather it is inevitable that the unavoidable, inevitable means it is unavoidable by anybody, that then spontaneous means unforced, that's the voluntary, and the it is just create the chaos and which is completely disorder. Then something rather than nothing means it there is a something, it is rather than nothing. So why the universe is exist and why we exist. So he is just searching on why the universe is exist and why we are also exist in this universe on this earth, and what is the motive, what is the aim to our existence. So that he is keep on searching. Then the grand design was Hawking's first major publication is almost a decade. So within his new work, Hawking set out the challenges Sir Isaac Newton's believed that universe had to have been designed by God. So Sir Isaac Newton have said that universe is designed by God. So he have challenges this Sir Isaac Newton's theory also, simply because it could not have been born from chaos. So chaos means it is not a completely disorder that it is created, and it is not like that. So he have told he have challenged the theory of Sir Isaac Newton also. It is not created by the God, it is not designed by the God. So in this way we have learned a few things about the Stephen Hawking, and it is just about the early life of Stephen Hawking. We just revise whatever we have learned in this video. Stephen Hawking was born on January 8, 1942. Before the diagnosis, he was an average student and got very poor grades fighting with the ALS. Okay, so ALS I have already told, it is a disease. Then when he was 21, Stephen started tripping, dropping items, and his speech became unclear. Because of this theory, because of this disease, his speech become unclear, and he cannot hold the things in his hand, and he is fall down while he walking. After a series of tests, doctor concluded that Stephen was suffering from that amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, a disease which paralyzed him and required a speech synthesizer generating device to communicate. So he cannot even speak like us. Okay, so he with the help of his friend, work very hard to earn his PhD, and somehow he have earned his PhD also. So his famous work, now only we have seen that the this lesson also highlight the great work of his theory from his book, his bestseller, that is Brave History of Time, which was the short informative book and cosmology, a brief history in time and the universe in a nutshell. The grand design even proved a great success, which challenged Sir Isaac Newton, believed that universe had to have been designed by the God. So this is how we have learned how the Stephen Hawking's challenges to other theories also. And first of all, he is challenged to himself, and he is challenging to his body itself, because his body is not working in a proper condition. But then also he is completed his PhD with the help of his friend, and he is more thinking about the cosmology. He want to research in the cosmology more. So we'll see the next part of this lesson in the next video. I hope all of you have understood this much lesson, whatever I have explained. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the WhatsApp. I'll provide the hard work with the lesson, and I will give you the pic on the WhatsApp. You will write down all the hard words. Thank you, students. Thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe.